Welcome back to the Compel Reality Podcast. I am a host, Sol BC, co-host Gramsci, co-host Demo Akuro Virar, and then we have special guest SpaceCadetKevin. I welcome Kevin to the podcast, my friend.
Well, thank you very much.
Yo, what up, homie?
What up,
What I
dude?
do, Scooby?
What up,
It's
dude?
Kevin in the building.
What up, dudes?
How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Alive,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
living the dream.
Alive.
Living the dream.
You know it, baby.
Yeah.
My favorite Blade and Sorcery content creator, bro. I remember
thanks, man.
when I first discovered your videos, the first thing I noticed was just like how engaging they were from your narration and the things you were doing. You were always just super, super creative. And especially, I don't even get to the Gloom one now because that's a whole topic in itself, how you've been abusing that mod.
Oh yeah. I've done some not good things with that mod.
Yeah, some crazy stuff, bro.
Yeah.
So a bit about background. We'll go into VR.
Yeah.
In the first.
Give us your origin
Before-
story.
You want my origin story? All right, man. Let me
Yeah.
take you guys back. Let me take you way back to the
Back to when I was born.
the glory days, the glory days of 2020, we started that year off by some guy celebrating his child's gender by, setting all of the West Coast on fire. And then
Remember
COVID hit, right? That was good times.
Very nice.
I believe
And,
Australia was also on fire at the same
Australia,
time.
I think it was.
Like,
I think Australia was also
it was like
burning
the
at
West
that
Coast
time.
and the entire Australian continent were
Like-
just immolated.
Half the world was just burning to the ground.
Yeah.
And yeah, the COVID hit, and the company I was working for, we pretty much worked there out the entire year until October, and then we all got laid off. And I was like, well, fuck, I have time on my hands, so I guess I will buy a Quest 2 and check out VR. I got nothing better to do, so I basically, I did that, and then I started buying accessories with the Quest 2 and spending endless amounts of time just playing VR nonstop.
Okay.
And that was kind of the start. That was kind of the start of the whole thing.
And did you was it like you'd obviously heard of VR before? Can you take us back?
Yeah,
It was like the
um,
first time that you were like, whoa, VR. Like,
Well, I think it might be like the same as like most people. Just seeing just a million VR chat videos of 1,000 Ugandan knuckles running around spitting on people and
the
accusing them
glory
of not
days.
being the queen.
you know, anyway.
in
The
the
glory
beginning,
days.
In the beginning, yeah, and then after a while, just seeing other games pop up for VR that were more like normal kind of games with the VR spin, like games like Contractors and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I was like, well, I would really enjoy playing Call of Duty in VR. That sounds like a great time to me.
yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
I think pretty much everybody would.
Yeah.
I messaged you briefly on TikTok the other day, because like
Yup.
I was like, bro, what is your work schedule like? Because you are like on the ball every
man.
time on TikTok. So
Bro, you want to talk about this? You want to talk about that? Yeah, it's not good. It's not good news. It's not great news. Yeah, I've basically been unemployed for like a year and a half now. I was working
No
for a
shit.
company. Yeah. I was working for a company for like I literally think it was like 3 or 4 days shy of 10 years.
Wow.
And
that's
yeah.
fun.
Yes.
Yeah, then I got fired because I had like a mental breakdown, basically. Super fun, super great times.
Yeah.
Um,
Fired you
10
for
out
a
of 10.
mental breakdown?
Yeah, it was build up kind of thing. I was a driver for a company. I was a Class B CDL driver.
Oh,
And
okay.
I have road rage issues, like 100%. I don't think there's anything in the world. I don't think there is anything in the world that can set me off like driving does.
Now the
Yeah.
tanks in Blade and Sorcery make so much more
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. I was like,
Yep,
I was like, the blade and
all
sorcery
comes
content
full
makes
circle,
the
man.
blade and sorcery
It's
content just
full
makes sense at
circle.
this point.
Yeah, but it was it was a lot of really long hours driving and stuff like that, which I really shouldn't have been doing because I knew it set me on edge. And so it came to a head, and I got fired from that job. And yeah, whatever. Because like I don't know, like 3 weeks later, I started up the YouTube channel and just like threw myself headlong into that. And it's
Right.
been a lot, honestly, a lot better. Like I've chilled out a lot more. Like all that constant anger that I felt every single waking moment of my life,
Felt
it's kind of faded away. So that's good.
That's very good.
Yeah, it's a,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
a
I'd
big
say it's
movie,
pretty-
man. It's relatable,
Pretty solid.
to be honest.
Yeah. I think everyone can kind of relate
Yeah.
to that to some degree. It's like, you go from like doing the 9 to 5 grind, working shitty
Mhm.
jobs that you don't want to be working at,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
putting up with other people's bullshit, and then all of a sudden it's like, bro, like now I'm my own boss. I make my own hours. I do what I want when I want.
Dude,
Right?
it's been pretty good. This
Yeah.
it's not like not steady
Chilling.
pay, and I'm slowly bleeding through my savings, but
Sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
but I mean, mental health wise, big
Most
big
important.
ups, big
That's good.
improvements.
Most
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So what's your kind of work
Happiness.
schedule like?
Happiness is key, my friend.
There's
Yeah.
a good band called Mastodon, and they have a song called The Sparrow, and one of the lyrics is called "Pursue happiness with diligence," and that always
Yeah.
resonated with me. It was like,
Yeah. Facts.
like I know plenty of people who have pursued the money. They've gone after the job, they've gone after the paycheck, and they're like, yeah, I have no money issues. I have the house, I have the car, I've got the girl, but I'm also fucking miserable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just
Because there's
burnt out. You're just totally
right,
burnt out
right,
from the
and
grind.
Yeah.
and it's like, then it's like, yeah, don't get me wrong, like you need some base level of money to be happy, right? Like you got to have
Mhm.
food, you got to have water, you got to have
Yeah,
like
you-
a place to sleep, right?
The necessities, yeah.
Right, the necessities, but does it really buy happiness? Not really. Not
100%.
really. Yeah.
100%.
end.
A lot of people say they love themselves, but rarely put the work in needed to really prove that. They
Yeah.
won't give themselves permission to actually do the things they love because they've been limited by everyone else's like realistic. I can't even do the finger things, but visions of what
Yeah,
your
yeah.
life should be like. There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
the things you should have by like a certain time in your life.
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly,
like that.
exactly. Yeah, cool. You all got index controllers, fucking dickheads.
With those finger gestures.
Everybody give us a middle finger.
Fuck you, bitch. Let's go.
Hey man, baby, time on my wrist though. You all broke, man. I got 100 bands on my wrist at least. Oh shit, my
Ah,
water's
shit.
all over. That's literally 4.5 gallons of water on my floor. My whiteboard's falling over.
That's
as
so
well.
much. Why do you
Anyway,
even have that much water near you?
Yeah, that's a lot of water, bro.
Every time he
Did you
turns
knock
on
over
his,
the cooler?
my
What
whole
the
room.
He's
It's
just a
break
straight
it down
Hydra
right now.
homie, my dude. He's a Hydra homie.
every time he turns on his camera, he drinks that fucking thing. It's just like it's so fucking huge.
It's just like dude,
it's just the size of my head.
It's like lifting a human to your mouth.
You just wiped out a fish tank, man. What the-
Dude, it's 'cause I've been fighting for like 6 years, so like hydrating and all that shit. That's my mental health. Even I haven't gone training like almost 4 weeks. I've just been head deep. Like it gets rid of any anxiety because I realized very recently my anxiety that I would have during the day that I've been having recently hasn't been from having a lot to do. It's just been from being fucking disorganized because you're always gonna have shit to do, especially when you're in a position where you're trying to get your YouTube going, trying to get a business going, start a new job, whatever it is. You have that initial period where you have to kind of adjust, and during that time you're just figuring things out, right?
Right.
And I feel like in our position it's so important to be organized. It's so important to really prioritize what's the most important thing to you, not saying yes to everything, because you have your own priorities going on. So I think mental health always comes first, especially in the space that we're in, right? Trying to filter out all the bullshit, just focus on what matters.
It's happening again.
That's good on you, man.
Try to balance everything. Yeah.
It's happening again.
What's happening? What the
What's
fuck's
happening
going
again?
My dog.
What is? Oh.
on? Oh, okay.
Oh, thank God it's a dog.
I thought we were hearing the voices.
Yeah,
okay.
The thing is the camera's right here, and it does not look good.
I bet that
Does not
doesn't look good. No.
No.
Okay, I was gonna ask, like, so what's your kind of like, what's your kind of schedule like when it comes to getting your TikToks out? Do you have like a system, or is it just like I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want?
No, man, it's total chaos. It's 100% chaos.
Yeah.
It is a lot of times it is extremely like spur of the moment kind of things where like if somebody suggests something to me, like comment something they want to see, and I'm like, absolutely, that is 100% something I want to do right now.
Yeah.
I'll do it like immediately. There are some things that I plan out a little bit in advance for like certain things, like the crazy alchemist things videos that I was doing. Like they obviously take a little more planning, but mostly it's all spur of the moment.
Mhm.
So I noticed that originally your content started from Skyrim VR, right?
Yeah, it
And then I've
did.
noticed now it's been a lot more Blade and Sorcery. I've noticed as well that Blade and Sorcery just tends to do better for engagement nowadays.
It,
Especially on
it certainly
TikTok.
can, yeah.
Especially on
Yeah,
TikTok.
especially right now because Nomad came out fairly recently,
Yeah.
and so there's like a million Nomad players that are just constantly flooding every aspect of Blade and Sorcery, like right down to like the mod pages.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And
what was that transition like for you then? Was it like purely
what
out
jump?
you just had more fun in Blade and Sorcery, had more content ideas there, or was there
Oh
was it
no, it was nothing like that. Basically, what happened was I was running like 300 some odd mods on my Skyrim game, and most of
Motherfucker right
them,
here.
yeah, the Skyrim modding lifestyle is to see how far you can push it before it
Exactly.
breaks. It is the real game. Like that's
will-
what
I
you're
will-
really doing. You don't even want to play the game. You just want to see how many mods you can put into
exactly.
it. And it'll still run.
Exactly.
That's the whole point.
How far can I
Hang
push
on.
this son of a
These
bitch?
two right here are like fucking peas in a pod. Look at this shit.
How far can we push the fucking game?
Exactly. It's the whole point of doing it.
Like I have my own like Wabbajack list, bro, and it's
Yeah.
like 400. It's like
That's
I'm like
so many.
I'm like fuck, and like there's like a lot of like SKSE plugins, so like all of the scripts.
Oh, so you
There's
like,
so
one
many
of them is gonna
scripts.
break something.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. I'm like fuck.
You know they're not made for this version of the game. You know they're gonna
Exactly.
break something eventually. The
Exactly,
bugs that
bro.
happen because of the
Oh
things I
my
threw into
God,
Skyrim
man.
that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I've had invisible
Yeah,
mountains.
is a common rule with modding not to batch upload because then you're just kind of fucked. So you have to
Pretty-
like.
pretty
'Cause I do that with
much.
Blade
Yeah,
and Sorcery.
kinda.
It's supposed
Yeah.
to be, but if you're somebody who like wants to get it like in there no matter what, you're gonna fucking get every fucking thing in that trash bag and you're just gonna
Yeah.
flail that son of a bitch like yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That is the way
It's
it goes.
it's like that filthy Frank video I showed you with the hamster,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's so the hamster's the PC and then you are the modder. It's so I don't know if you've seen it, but it's basically
I don't know, man.
so it's
I've
filthy.
seen a lot of Filthy Frank. What did he do to a hamster?
It's not an actual hamster. It's so the way it goes is he's looking at a hamster, and then it pans to a sock, and he just swinging it on the fucking.
God.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
That's a trash bag analogy you kill.
So I fucking love it so much. I love Filthy Frank, man. I grew up with
So,
that
Kevin,
shit.
considering like the popularity and stuff that you've been getting with the Blade and Sorcery one, how much has the glue mod done for you?
The glue mod? Oh, dude, the glue mod is everything. The glue mod is like rocket fuel, man. It's most of the glue stuff that I've done have like blown up more. I think it kind of has a lot to do with it. The fact that it's a relatively new mod for Blade and Sorcery, and a lot of people weren't really using it
Yeah.
at
Even
first.
me, I'm hesitant. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with
So
it.
yeah.
that was one of the problems. Like people weren't like really considering all the nonsense things you could do with it. And it started off really basically, and it had a lot of bugs in the first releases of it. Like anything you glued was basically still attached to your hand. So anything you like glued together, if you were to drop them on the ground, they would either flip out and bounce all around the world, or you would constantly feel your controller vibrate. So it was just a nonstop vibration in your hand. But then the
Pretty
mod
nice.
author, Dode Adam, has just been like going crazy, like diligent, working on it and improving it, and added all these new things to it. You know, like being able to unglue stuff, being able to take away those bugs, like things being stuck to your hand and having that constant vibration. The weak glue is just a total game changer for everything that you stick together. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy.
Like I saw
But-
someone, the Thor hammer, Melanor. I think maybe it was you, bro. Maybe it was probably you. Like you attached like a knife to it, with the weak one, and then the actual hammer,
yep,
so you can
that was
spin
him.
it around.
No,
Was it you?
I don't think I did that with the Thor hammer.
Well, you did it with the
I've done that with like.
Go ahead.
It was definitely Milidor.
Because I remember you like doing like actually we talked about like it was a brief thing, the hammer, Ham-S that situation.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I would.
Hammer things.
Yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
I remember you doing with the.
Yeah,
glue
maybe it was
and
someone
shit.
else on Reddit then.
Man,
Yeah,
but
I did.
That looks sick. Like the fact that you can get spinning.
Oh,
stuff
dude,
together.
yeah. Well, I did do because I was messing around with making chains when he first added the weak glue update.
Chaos
So one of the
Blades.
first things I did was glue a whole bunch of daggers together and then glue them to the Blades of Chaos to make actual like functioning chains to it.
Did it work?
Kinda. It worked a lot better than I thought it would. Like you could actually spin the stupid things around. Like doing combos from the game was probably out of the question, but you could definitely hit a dude in the face from like 30 feet away with a chain chaos blade.
Dude,
It's
I
crazy.
gotta ask, how fucking long did it take you to build the helicopter, and how
Yeah,
long did it
dude.
take you to build the tank?
And you built the boat too. You built the boat. You
Dude,
built the boat too.
it's such a like varying thing because you never know when the things are going to bug out and explode on you, or
Yeah.
something stupid's gonna happen. Like I use that AI mod, that voice activated mod. And so sometimes it thinks that I say something and I don't, and it will just restart the level on me. And I'll be like halfway through. I'll be like an hour into a build, and I'll be like, "No,
Wow.
why? Why have you forsaken me like this?"
Oh my
So-
god.
Yeah, they take anywhere between like I think the tricycle is the shortest one because I'm so used to putting it together now that I can just do it in my sleep, but it takes like 10
Right.
minutes to make that one. But the tanks can take like anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour or more. The helicopter, depending on how big it is, it's the same thing, and the plane is also around that same time frame.
What about
It's
that
just
jet
the more
ski?
complicated. The jet ski was just I was on Discord this morning talking to Lineca, the mod author for things like Scale and Wand and Shatterblade and Hoverboard and all that other stuff. And he's been like walking me through like some of the finer things because he puts like command lines in a lot of his mods that you can type in to change how they work. So he was showing me how to do all that, and I was like, "Well, let me glue some shit to this hoverboard really quick, and I'm gonna try to make a jet ski." So like, I don't know, it took like 10 minutes for me to be like, "I'm just gonna slap this here, there, and there, and adjust the height." And holy shit, it works! Why does it work?
Yeah, I saw that this morning. I was like, bro, what the fuck, man? I'm like, bro, you have such brain energy. Like, I don't know where the fuck you come up with this shit,
Dude. It's like, what the fuck? It's like I'm not smart. I'm just smart enough to like wonder if things will work, and I'm just
That's smart to
dumb
me,
enough
bitch.
To try it.
That's smart to me.
That's exactly what you need. Because even as of recently, an example of someone I've been thinking of is Doom. Doom's been like inspiring me a lot recently, just because one thing he does is just like it's such an outside the box thinker. Like there's no idea that like kind of stops him, you know. And with you, I'm seeing that it's kind of the same thing. Like your ideas every single time, you're just always like just thinking of new ways just to put stuff together, you know. And it's really really cool.
I want to provide some context. He said Doom is a CEO for Live, just and founder.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
for
Doom,
context.
yeah.
For context, Dr.
Yeah.
Doom.
Yeah.
So not some guy named Doom that.
Not Doom guy.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
not Doom
Crawls into the
BFG.
wall like who the fuck's up my name?
Yeah, but I just really like people like that. My brother's the same way. He just sees something. He's like, you know, how can I do more? Like, what's this like cool idea I can put together? And that's kind of how I see him Blade and Sorcery. Just literally like going extra miles to make things like really fucking cool. I'm even thinking like with my cinematics, I'm like, bro, like I would actually love to get some kind of like tank or like helicopter and make that into something.
Dude.
Am I really gonna? First of all, I can't fucking figure it out. That's just like 45 minutes.
Just slap stuff together, man. Literally just start slamming things together.
I want to do like the weapon stuff. Like that's something like the Blades of Chaos. Making a video with that. Would be
Dude, the
dope,
Blades of Chaos would be crazy with your cinematic stuff. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'd really love to do that. I'd really love to do that. Because there's so many things that you're doing on your TikTok. I'm just like, bro, if we like literally just sat down together and just spent a day just making something, we can make some really hot shit.
Should we briefly talk about content theft again? Because it kind of happened to you with the TikTok, right?
It kind of did. Like,
yeah,
like,
but I mean,
it was like a really bad like gray area kind of thing. So it was just like it felt off, but I was like, at the same time, I was like, I don't know. It was really weird.
Because they ripped your audio and they put it on a clip, and they stated that they forgot to tag you when you commented, "Hey, this is my audio."
Yeah. So the guy like it was the Hammers video. It was the whole Hammers thing. So he basically what he did was he basically recreated like the entire scenario, I guess, of like he basically recreated all the weapons that I used in the video in this other game. I think it's called like Melon Playground or something. I have no idea.
It's like a 2D game.
Yeah, it's like a 2D game. It looked like a tablet or a phone game type deal. I really don't know. I don't know anything about it. But he basically just like redid everything that I did in that Blade and Sorcery video in this game, and then just like matched up my audio to it. And ran with it.
Okay, I see.
And like in my mind, I kind of at first was like, he probably like pulled my audio from TikTok to try to match it to the video in like a third party program or something, like just an editing program. Because I've done the same thing. I've done that to like match up audio properly, and then maybe he just forgot to put the right sound over top of it. Because I mean it happens. But I don't know. It still like rubbed me the wrong way at first. I was just like, "What?
Yeah, that's
like you son of a bitch! How dare you?" You know what it was? You know what it was that fucking got me? Like at first, I didn't give like a shit at all, and then I started going through his comments, and I started hearing like seeing comments being like, "Oh, I love your voice," and I was like, "You motherfucker! I'm gonna kill you." That's not your voice. It's mine. It's not your voice.
I'll share you.
Stop it.
Insert Liam Neeson meme here. I will find you.
I will kill you. I will kill you. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It was like 3 a.m. when I saw that, and it just set me off. And I was like, "You motherfucker!"
Yeah, you like sent me a DM on TikTok about it, and when I looked at it, and the next morning.
It was like the first time I'd ever like had to deal with anything like that, and I was just like, I don't even know how to approach this, how to begin to approach this. I think I just ripped the cable off the back of my headset.
Did you?
I might have. I don't care. I'll fix it later.
Yeah, dude, I despise content thieves, like truly and purely. Like,
we have many conversations about that.
with a special burning hatred for content thieves.
Dude, I remember that guy that tagged you in my Devil May Cry video offering his editing services.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. I forgot about that
too, bro.
That was,
then the edit he did on top of it just made the video shit.
I still don't even know what the whole thing was with that, like what the whole idea behind it was.
Dude, I don't know, man.
Because I remember seeing that. I remember like getting the notification of the mentions and being like, oh, this is from somebody that's like has commented before on a lot of my videos and I've like talked to before. And then I saw that and I was like, bro, what have you done? What were you thinking? What was going through your head?
Is it still up or did they take it down?
No, he took it down.
Oh yeah, he took it down a long time
He
ago.
took it down because
actually. That was a go. Wasn't a guy.
No, it's a guy. Yeah, I forget.
I think it might have been. I really don't know.
Either way, it's a content thief. Yeah. Why does it matter?
Yeah. And so yeah, he
agenda, right?
They had the video up for a while, and then I tagged Demo in it, and after a while I basically just told them that they should either tag or pin something from Demo to like give proper credit, or just take the video down entirely. And I think that they just took it down.
Oh yeah, I just sent him a death threat to his house.
He bought a plane ticket and pulled up to their house that night.
Did you see this video? It's gonna be you.
You see all my content? All the victims? That's you next, bitch. I'm a certified psychopath. Okay, don't fucking don't tempt me with a good time. You know what I'm saying?
He went online, bought an actual replica of the Yamato, and then cut a real portal in reality to go to their house.
Yeah.
And take them.
Is there any content you kind of not even content, but games you'd be looking to cover next with your TikTok? And how about that's a separate question. I'll wait for that one. Yeah, go ahead.
Other games, I haven't really put like a whole lot of thought. I've been putting more like into the Radius stuff on there lately, But that's just because
play that
it's been an obsession, man.
They can't.
Yeah,
Can I see it? Can I see it? Yep.
Soul's probably like the biggest fan.
Right
Yeah,
there.
it's right there.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Right. Oh, hell yeah.
Soul's actually like the biggest fan.
Let's go, baby. Someone fucking talking about.
That game will get you, man.
Scooch out of the way a little bit. Yep, right there. You see that, folks?
I'm putting my arms
right
in the couch.
I need to play that properly. I haven't maybe I'll play it tomorrow. I haven't given it.
Bro, it will make you shit your pants.
Dude,
I
it does.
guarantee it. And it's not even like you'll get in and you'll be like, all right, this has kind of a scary vibe, but I think I can deal with it. It'll be like some small thing that you don't even think
it's
about.
Like,
that'll set you off.
And
like
the
a
audio
door
design,
creaking.
dude.
It's the audio.
It's
the audio
so
design.
good.
The audio
It's just
engineering in
absurd.
that
Yeah, I'll
game
try.
is
I'll play it tomorrow. I
next
want to do
fucking
some
level.
contract and stuff.
Dude,
Whoever's doing the audio engineering at CM, mwah,
Well
chef's
fucking
kiss.
done.
Chef's kiss.
hell yeah.
The whole fucking dev team, bro.
Absolutely.
Because from what I've
Yeah, I
seen,
mean,
it
really
doesn't look
everyone,
good.
but like
Yeah.
especially the audio design.
I'm
I
not
remember.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was just saying, one of the devs put on a tweet yesterday. Was it yourself? It was 2 nights ago, where he was just like, he was walking in the middle of the night, and he heard like a footstep, and he just goes like that, and then pauses the game straight away. And I just tweeted I just tweeted him, the pause is how you know if this was authentic as fuck. When you just get jump scared so hard, you just pause.
It's like when you were playing
Immediately
Resident
pause
Evil
the
as a
game.
kid, and like you had to like fucking press the pause button and like sort of like cool yourself before you
readjust.
Take a breather, rein it in.
The zombie dog just jumps through the window, and you're like, "Fuck!"
It's pretty much like that, dude. The spawns and the little fucking tentacle fuckers.
Fuck those things.
Yeah,
I hate those goddamn spawns.
It's literally
They're the
those.
worst of all of them.
Exactly.
I'm so happy to play the game properly.
It's so good.
Yeah,
The shadow cop mimic looking dudes with guns. You know, they say some weird shit.
yeah,
Whatever. That's fine. It's that stupid little like build up noise they make as they're slinking
Oh,
along.
no, don't.
Yes.
I want to discover this. I want to discover this. I don't listen.
Yo,
I'll discover this.
The mimics, man.
it's so bad.
Like when you're not
It's
like when you're like exploring, right, and you're just walking around like scavenging, right, and then all you hear is a mimic above you say, "You want to come out and play?" It's like, bitch, fuck you. go to hell. I'm gonna fucking shoot you in the fucking head.
It had been like weeks since I had last played that game. And then I guess they had dropped 2 updates after the one that they added the guitar in.
Mm-hmm.
And so they changed a lot of the sound design, I guess, in one of those updates. So it caught me completely off guard. So when I heard that stupid mimic drop that line, no, that set me so off rocker, dude.
Yeah, even like the train memories, like because it's basically memories from the past. Like, so basically, if you're by the trains, it'll play a clip or audio cue.
The
and it'll
audio
play-
of what it sounded like.
And it's like, it's
Oh
just
my God, man.
audio of a train barreling towards you. Like it feels like it's coming towards you, and you're like,
Or like a creaky door, like you'll walk into an abandoned
dude.
house and the door will like on you.
Yeah.
You're just like, no, what? There's no door. There's not even a frame anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking creepy as fuck.
it's like haunting. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
It hits you so hard.
I'm
Like,
gonna-
It's not.
Go ahead.
It's not like. It's not even like scary. Like
Yeah.
these are intentional jump scare kind of things.
Right,
It's just
right.
this constant build. This
It's
nonstop. Like you're
atmospheric.
always
Atmospheric
on edge.
Environmental creepiness, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's
It's
exactly
like that
what it
thought
is.
that, like as you're walking around, you're not expecting like jump scares or whatever because it doesn't really have that many jump scares or anything
No,
like that.
yeah.
It's mostly just like the atmosphere is so like immersive that you're just like, what? The
It's
fuck?
compelling as fuck.
Right, like it's compelling, you know what I mean?
Yup.
Like creating a that's why I like kind of obscure fucking reference, but did anybody like watch that like Slender Man like series that was on YouTube like years ago?
I watched that
I
movie.
think so.
I
watched
don't
the
think I ever
movie.
watched like the
So
series.
movies
I
look
fucking
terrible.
loved that series because like even though the acting was like pretty questionable, they did the special effects so well, and like the idea of having a protagonist that you have not a protagonist, an antagonist, right? Like the enemy of the story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That you have no idea what their goal is like that was terrifying. That was scary. Like the jump scares don't get me, right? But like that is horrifying, right? Like an enemy that you have no idea what they want or what they stand for. And yeah, Into the Radius does a really great job of kind of encapsulating
I'm gonna clip
that.
this entire
100%,
section and send it to
100%.
Kostya.
You should.
Be like,
It's
because
well Well deserved.
I'm sure Kostya knows already because I know for clarification, Kostya is one that like does like customer service kind of things for CM Games, and we've been in like back and forth regularly lately, and I'm just like I'm gonna clip this, I'm gonna send it to you. Just so you know that how much I fucking love and appreciate you. And if you look at the podcast, motherfucker, look at that shit. It's here. It's literally one of my favorite games, man.
Literally got it on the wall right there.
It's literally one of my favorite games, man. Like,
Congrats to them.
So
Congrats to them on the Quest launch as well.
Yeah, dude. So
yeah.
So
I'm surprised with how well they ported it to the Quest.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
It honestly looks great. I haven't tried it yet on the Quest yet, but I mean, just from what I've seen so far, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it
actually
runs really well.
Developers are getting really clever about how to make games like really pop on the Quest too. I think I think they're starting to kind of get a feel for it. Like, Green Hell did it, Into the Radius did it, Grimlord, dude, this game looks fucking amazing on a Quest 2. Like you legit would not believe that it's being rendered on a Quest 2. You'd be like, dude, there's no shot. Like you're lying to me.
I wonder if they'll make probably because they're like contractors.
I feel like
Pavlov.
they can do it.
Yeah, they'll. I can see they'll come to it.
They stated that they don't have any interest in doing it to standalone though. They've openly said they have no interest in porting it to Quest, at least now.
Things
At least
change.
Yeah, but their focus right
the
now
short
is PC VR and PlayStation VR 2. That's their main focus. From what
I'm
they
pretty sure
said.
Jonathan at one point did say like if there was a standalone headset that could run it, like they'd consider it.
Exactly.
But, like they're more focused on just optimizing for PC VR and stuff like that.
So Space or Kevin, I wanted to ask because I noticed that your main focus is TikTok. Are you planning on focusing on your YouTube a lot more, or
He's been posting.
would you even
on
have
YouTube.
a YouTube channel?
He does.
Has he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's almost got 5K. He's almost got 5K.
Well, I mean, so it like the whole thing started with YouTube, right? And I remember I think it was like November or December last year. I was like joking with one of my subscribers about TikTok, and he was like, "Dude, just I hope you never started TikTok or nothing, never have to fall down that." And I was like, "Yeah, man, that would suck. That would be. I would never sell out and do like TikTok. That's for kids, man. That's for lame little kids these days and shit." And then like a month later, I was like, TikTok's kind of popping right now, so might want to hop into the TikTok kind of game real quick. So it's slowly, when I started gaining more traction on TikTok, in a weirdly fast amount of time, in like an unpreparable amount of time, almost.
Right.
I kind of like shifted more focus into making videos towards that because on the one hand they're short, like TikTok videos are usually supposed to be like a short thing. I know they let you post like up to 10 minutes now, but for the life of me I don't think I've ever known anybody to watch a 10-minute TikTok. So like making the short videos was kind of good practice for like longer stuff at the same, because like I could play around with certain things while editing like a 1-minute video that would take the same amount of time for me doing like a 2-hour YouTube video or like a 20-minute YouTube video or something like that. So I ended up experimenting a lot more with stuff for the TikTok stuff. And I kind of started to slack off with my YouTube. But I'm slowly getting back to it.
How's your TikTok following impacted your YouTube following, if any?
It's been positive lately, man. It's been like I guess maybe because I don't really like advertise it a whole lot on TikTok. I don't really bring it up a lot. It's like it's in my links on TikTok, but I never there's been like a few videos where I've been like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I do this on YouTube. By the way, you guys should follow me there too."
You became a partner, right? You became a partner recently, so I'd imagine.
That was extremely recent. And that's
congratulations, by the way.
Dude, thanks guys.
Congratulations.
But yeah, that was extremely recent. When like during one of the times that people were like, "Oh shit, you do have a YouTube," and I was like, "Yup." And then a few more people, a pretty good amount of people in a very short time jumped over there, and I was like, "That's a lot of people all of a sudden."
And you were, let's see, I think when I first interacted with you and be like, hey, we want to come on the VR chat event or whatever. On your YouTube, you were like at 1K or something like that.
And I think somewhere around that, yeah.
Yeah, and then now what? That was like 2-3 months ago, something like that.
Yeah,
the
2 or
VR
3
chat
months
event.
Something like that. I think so.
And
Yeah.
now you're almost at 5K, bro.
Wow, that's
Dude.
great, bro.
Popping off, homie.
It's weird, man. It's fucking haunting. Like I like 100% wasn't.
You deserve
prepared.
it though,
Dude.
Yeah, well
like
deserved.
I started this year. I was like 200 subs on YouTube. Not even kidding. Like last time I had checked it, it was at like 200, and then it just fucking jumped, and I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Hey, just for context, okay? Demo and myself, like Demo started. You were at 200 subs when Genghis shouted you out, and you're almost at a K now. And then I was at 100 subs when I started the Gram. Gram was at 1K, and I'm almost at 3K now. Like it's just it's a time thing. And I've known Gram for like over a year, so
Yeah.
So it's just a time thing, man, and like you deserve it. Like your content's really good.
100%.
It's really engaging. Like you're
Thanks, man.
both for TikTok and YouTube. Like I actually watched several of them. You've watched your Into the Radius, your Hell Split. I watched a lot of your content, and I fucking love it. So just saying,
Yeah, bro,
man, you deserve
Thanks,
it.
man.
You deserve all the recognition you're getting.
So engaging.
Thanks.
You've got a science to your videos. I can't exactly. It's hard to describe what you're doing so right, but you're just doing it.
I think I actually have an idea about this.
I honestly couldn't tell you because
I think I have an idea about this.
I'm interested.
So
I'm interested.
I had this conversation with I had this conversation with somebody that I can't say. And I think what it is there's a secret formula, especially on YouTube, but I think just in videos in general, there has to be a balance between how entertaining it is, having some like comedy, some funny aspects to it, and how informative it is, right? And then there's like at least 10%, which is like that X factor of like, has somebody done this before and how many videos are there like this, right? Like if nobody's done the video before, it's way more likely to pop off, right? Which is probably why your tank and helicopter videos and like all the dumb.
Bro, I go on Reddit. This guy's got like 800 fucking upvotes. I'm like, bro.
And so I think it's that balance because he has that in like every single one of his videos. Like even like the ones where he's building stuff with super glue, like that is actually informative because you're showing people how they can do it themselves, right?
Yeah.
And then you're entertaining and you have like a really like captivating persona while you're doing it. Like you're cracking jokes and like, you know what I mean? Like it's very it has like a good balance of I think a lot of different things. And I think that's what makes it so engaging because it just appeals to a lot of different people.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the question. I believe Demo asked it, but so you did ask it. I'm pretty sure, but my brain, I'm lagging a little bit. So do you plan to diversify your content more instead of just Blade and Sorcery, Skyrim VR, and Into the Radius? Like, do you want to do more?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Like,
I was gonna ask
like,
what plans you had for the future. So I guess that's kind of along those lines.
So I'm actually really really bad at planning, and I kind of just like I kind of just like take I've been trying to take everything kind of like at my own pace and feel like not feel like I'm like be pushed to like do all this other stuff, and it's kind of one of those things that like I decided when I first started to make videos 'cause I was like I had just come off of this 10 years working for a company type shit. Sure. And I was like, well, I would really like to do something for myself at first and kind of take it at my own kind of pace and run with it.
Fair.
Yeah.
And I lost track of what I was saying. No, I do plan. I did like originally plan on playing just a wide variety of games. It was always going to be VR content sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But with Skyrim, I got locked heavily into Skyrim because I was just having way too much fun. There were so many mods, and there were more mods coming out on the daily. They were making it into the kind of like VR experience that you would expect from a VR game in 2022, right. And less like the don't come after me, Todd. The extreme money grab kind of thing that it
Garbage.
felt like
Literal
port.
fucking
Yeah,
hot
like
garbage is what it
like-
was. They
man, I don't want to be like super hard on it because it came out in like what 2017, right?
yeah.
And at the time, like fine, because 2017, I think like what Lone Echo came out in the later end of that year.
The beginning of VR, the first stage
Yeah,
of
like
VR.
like the beginning of
yeah.
that, and like that Lone Echo set the bar for like so many things as far
Right.
as like interaction with the world, with the NPCs. Like, have you ever like thrown something at Olivia in Lone Echo,
No.
and she dodges out of the way and like looks at you like, what the fuck was that about? Like there's so many like small micro interactions in that game that are just so crazy. But yeah, Skyrim had none of that. It was basically like a walking simulator.
Right,
Like
yeah.
the little things that made like Skyrim so special, like being able to pick something off a table and carry it around, or put a bucket on an NPC's head and steal all their stuff. You couldn't do any of that really. And then you had
you can now. But
you can now.
Yeah.
You can now, thanks to the extremely like crazy hard work by the modding community for that game.
Right.
And
That's Flying Particle, I think.
Flying Particle is the main dude.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's the guy that made Higgs. He's the guy that made Plank. He really like pulled the game into like modern VR, where it should have been from the get go.
Exactly.
But no, yeah. So I got locked hard into Skyrim like that, and then the same thing happened with Blade and Sorcery when I broke Skyrim. Inevitably, it was going to happen. So that I started playing Blade and Sorcery, and then I started getting into the mod scene for Blade and Sorcery, and I was like, oh man, I'm going to do horrible things with all of this stuff.
One of the first clips I seen of you was you chucking somebody in Skyrim, like literally grabbing them and just chucking them.
Brutal. with the
plank mod.
The minute he let you, like, they put in allowing picking up NPCs, it was game over, dude. It was game over. Because you can just grab somebody and walk like 30 feet down the road, and just the collision of you carrying them will kill them. And that's like to the end of it. Like I picked up Nazim a couple of times, and I'm just like walk down the stairs.
Okay, but Nazim fucking deserves it. That guy's a fucking asshole.
I don't know, man. I'm starting to wonder. I've read so much like crazy things on like the Reddit pages for Skyrim. Like, yo, Nazim's just mentally ill. That man is delusional as fuck.
He's a
like,
fucking asshole.
Fair enough. Okay.
He deserves to get shit upon.
Dude, I carried him down the stairs outside of Dragon's Reach, right? And like I just put him down. I just picked him up and carried him down the stairs and dropped him. Died on the spot. Every guard was pissed. It's like, oops. That wasn't supposed to happen. It's like the one time I didn't mean it, Nazim, please. Get up.
I did not mean it, sir. Please come back to life to me.
Good.
I know you bitch about the Cloud District some more, please.
So as far as like your plans for like future content, is it like, do you like, I mean, I know you said you like just improv a lot of shit. Like, is that more or less like your strategy, or are there like things that you've been like experimenting with or changing up that you're like excited about to do content wise in the future?
Basically I'm just kind of freewheeling it, man. I'm just I posted kind of like an update video on my channel the other day, and one of the things I asked a lot of my subs was to if they had games that they wanted to see me play, they can just comment and let me know, and I'll look into it. So some of them have been making suggestions for stuff they'd like to see, and like I'm all for it. I got an email I think last week, and I still need to respond to that. I've still been like on the fence. It was from a game dev asking if I wanted to make a few videos for one of their upcoming games, and I've never gotten that before. It's the first email like that I've ever gotten, and so I've been staring at it for a week, like.
I was the same way, to be honest.
What do I do?
It's a mutual
Does it
feeling.
make
For sure.
sense for you?
What was it? Sorry, man.
Does the game make sense for you, like with your like channel brand and
Yes.
stuff?
Yeah, it does.
What's the hesitation about?
What you would be doing?
It seems like a pretty solid fit.
Can
So
you
I,
say who it is, or do you want?
I know we could.
I might be. I can probably say like the developer. I mean, and I haven't like I actually haven't like emailed them back, so I haven't talked to them. So I really
I'd
don't
keep,
know.
I'd keep
But
Yeah.
I'd keep it to myself.
I'm probably in the clear to like say the developer. I would imagine, but it's from the guys that made. Huh?
You didn't
Sorry?
sign an NDA or anything, right?
No, I haven't signed anything.
Okay, well then, yeah, you're good.
No, it's from the guys that made Zero Caliber.
Oh,
Yeah,
That game is dead on PC.
interesting.
it's dead on PC. It's been a hot minute for Zero Caliber.
Very interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Good
I
for
think
you.
I think I do recall them like teasing a game, but I can't remember.
Yeah, they teased a game. I can't remember how long ago it was, but it's fairly recent. Like it hasn't launched or anything yet. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude.
Are they-
I mean, what's the hesitation?
yeah.
I've just
Why
never
not?
done it before, man. It's just
Oh,
what it is.
cool.
It's literally like I've been making videos just on my own time and with like no real schedule or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, if I accept this, I hope I really don't fuck it up. That would be bad.
Just hearing your replies to a lot of questions, you just seem like such a free spirit. Like it just like, just kind of like.
Yeah, you
keep my
seem
head
like you
down
would
to
hate to
it,
get fucking locked into something where you like were being directed or like weren't able to have your own creative freedom. You know?
Yeah,
Let's-
it definitely factors in a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just say this: the only way you could fuck up if you shit on it.
That's
Yeah,
what I
that's
know what it
true.
is.
Especially if you're like doing it for
definitely
like a
true.
promotional thing. If you shit on it, you're fucking up.
Like I don't want to be like halfway through like the
Yeah,
first 5 minutes of the game and be like,
I've made a mistake.
I was wrong.
I've
This
made
is
a
dog
terrible
shit.
mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I am not having fun, and now I must pretend like I am having a great time.
Yeah.
Terrified of that.
I've always thought to myself, how about if like, because I mean, I kind of welcome those opportunities as game dev reached out and it's like, I mean, I haven't already actually, but if a game dev reached out and they were like, oh, can you like cover the game and that'd be really cool. But I'm just thinking, how about if someone comes to you like some cooking mama game or some shit? It's like, can you make some like brutal cinematic content of this? I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna
Cooking game.
like if a cooking simulator was like, yo, demo,
some
can you make a
cinematic
Batman
like
trailer?
cooking?
Yeah.
We got pancake and slow mo.
If there's one man that could do it,
All
it
right.
would be you, man.
I
actually-
agree.
I'm
The
not
most
gonna lie. I
cinematic
kind of
cooking
want to see
video
that
ever.
now.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see that now.
I
Like,
could try my absolute best.
yeah.
Just play
Yeah.
cooking sim and just be like, I'm Gordon Ramsay.
Okay, for real though, unironically, that game fucking slaps. I love.
No,
Cooking
I
Cooking
played.
simulator?
I played. No, it's not. I'm not sure if it's. Do you mean Cooking Simulator or do you mean like pretty much Overcooked in VR? Is it the one where you're like cooking it for like?
No, it's like actual cooking
It's
simulator.
cooking
I
simulator.
think
Oh,
it's just
okay,
called.
okay.
I think it's just
Yeah.
called Cooking Simulator.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh,
It is.
Yeah.
I've never heard
Cooking
of it.
Simulator
Never heard
VR. I think they have a flat screen version, but the VR
Yeah,
version, dude,
I'm pretty sure they do.
of it. Oh, I didn't even know that
I
existed.
love that shit.
The game that looks really stressful for me would be there's this game called Overcooked. I'm not sure if you guys know that, but it's like you have to
Oh, I
create.
love Overcooked. I love Overcooked.
Oh, that game is stressful.
Yeah.
So you're in a
It is
restaurant.
stressful.
It's a very, very fast-paced restaurant, and you have to get all the ingredients and serve it to the customers before rats come and steal the ingredients away. And it's like a race against the clock. And there's a VR game that's pretty much that, but I can't remember the name. And I was just thinking to myself, bro, that shit's just like, when I play, I just feel stressed. I'm just like, my girl always wants to play with me. I was like, nah, I'm not feeling that. I'm not in the mood to sweat right now. Like,
Dude, I would rather play horror games than absolutely not. I would rather be chased down the corridor by some like unkillable monster in a horror game.
You're the kind of guy who probably like DoorDashes food for dinner like every single day.
Bro, why you gotta come at me like that? Why you gotta call
For
me
real,
out like
for
that,
real.
man?
Hey, yo,
Like,
hey, yo,
what?
hey. I'm the same way. Don't worry about it. You're not alone. You're not alone. Fuck
You
you.
weren't
gonna make it real. You said you weren't gonna hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry, okay? Cut the feed. Cut the feed. The podcast.
take this anymore. I'm out of
dude, the talking about like VR horror games. Fuck, my fucking mic just dropped on my dick again. This happens every single. I get one dick mic combo each episode. But anyway, VR horror games, VR FPSs have just kind of ruined like flat screen stuff for me. Like,
Oh yeah, man.
100%.
playing, even just playing Phasmophobia, I think because Soul was someone that's like, not too sure on it now because I think with Phasmophobia, when you try it for the first time, it's like really, really amazing.
Yeah.
And then the more you play it, it just kind of gets like.
Yep.
It gets stale very quickly.
Did you see my level? Did you see my level?
Yeah, you were hard up.
I played it a lot when it came out. Yeah.
And one game that I know
I haven't played it.
we have devoured. There's a lot of VR horror games I've been playing. I love horror games, but I think the game that would absolutely kill me in VR is probably Alien Isolation.
They has a VR mod.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I'm never touching it. I played it in flat screen. I played it in flat screen, and that game was just tense. I'll play it just because I know it's gonna fuck me up. But bro, like that game in VR is just something else. And I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to
playing
do
that
it.
in VR and then wanting to play it. I just want to find it scary in flat screen anymore. You know, because in the flat screen game, the alien looking at you is like scary enough. It feels so present.
And if it's like here,
Right.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I need to try that shit out.
When I played it, I did a video on it, and when I played it, I there. So you know, if you touch the tail, it interacts.
Yeah.
Like it knows that you touched the tail. And I didn't know that because I've never played it. It was my first time playing Alien Isolation when I played it in VR.
Yeah.
I was trying to hide from it. I was crouching, looking up at the son of a bitch, playing Ring Around the Rosie, this little fucking generator thing. And then I was like, okay, I'm in the clear. I went to go run, and my hand touches the tail, and it just jumps at me. I'm like, oh fuck! I was screaming. I was legit terrified.
Dude, I need to play that.
God.
I need to play that
such
again
a
in
good
VR. There's so many like flat screen games I'd love to go back in VR and play. Alien Isolation being one of them. Do you have any that comes to mind, Kevin?
like flat screen games, if I wanted to see them in VR,
Yeah, like you'd go back to.
100%, I would literally kill for a Dead Space game. I would break down EA's door.
I was actually thinking that as you were talking.
I would break down their
Same.
door. I would find out what they did with the original dev team, and I would Frankenstein their corpses back into life just for them to make a Dead Space VR game.
They're making
like
Callisto
Cosmo Dread?
Protocol right now, actually.
I did play. Did you say Cosmo Dread?
Cosmo Dread, yeah.
Oh my god!
He
You like
hates.
Cosmo?
It was that. Oh man!
He fucking
Dude.
quit like the first 10 minutes. Not even the first 10 minutes.
I literally got like 5
Cosmo-
minutes. I didn't even leave the starting room.
Dude, Cosmo Dread was the first 3 videos that I ever uploaded on YouTube, and they were total shit. They were absolute shit. It was when I knew nothing about anything.
Yeah.
So they were hot garbage. But I fucking I love that
Wandering
game.
in Space. Wandering in Space. You'd probably like that then.
What is that one?
It's like it
It
roguelite,
looks
but it's
Dead Space-esque. It looks Dead
It's
Space-esque.
Dead Space-esque.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I don't think it's as hardcore as Cosmo Dread because it's like more like exploration and like fighting focused. But I don't know. Demo tried it, so maybe he could give us a better idea.
Yeah. It's if it plays more like, so let's say Resident Evil 4, right? That's more a game based on tension and action.
Yeah.
That's what Cosmo Dread feels like. It feels more like an old school action horror rather than like your corridor Dead Space type of shooter. But it's really fun. It's got a lot of. I only played the opening and I already saw like maybe like 10 different enemy types. It's got a lot of enemy types, cool weapons, really beautiful graphics.
Yeah.
And it just kind of reminds me of just like old school horror games. Just the way that enemies interact, the way there's like these health pickups and oxygen pickups and all this stuff. It seems like it has a lot of potential. It seems pretty cool. I haven't tried Cosmo Dread. I've heard a lot about it. I need to give that a try.
I do want a Dead Space VR. I agree with you there. I think that would be an amazing VR port.
Bro, just the plasma gun, like
everything about it. Everything about it, dude.
Plasma cutter. I want that stupid plasma cutter with its swivel head in my hand.
Ask a Blade Sorcery modder.
You know, in Dead Space 2, that corridor where that huge tentacle monster grabs your leg and you're like getting dragged along the floor trying to shoot it and cut it in half. Do you remember?
That's one,
Yeah,
bro. That's one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, is it one?
that's one of
Yeah.
the most famous scenes in one because you don't see it coming. It's the
Yeah, I
there.
can imagine that shit in VR, bro. Like, bang,
Dude, there's so many moments
That would
between the
be
first
insane.
2 games that are
That would
just
be
like.
insane. I'm curious to hear what your the other 2 now, like what you guys would prefer. Like if you had to pick one flat screen game and like make it a proper VR game.
A flat screen game as a whole. As a whole. because the original conversation was horror games. But let me see. If, as a whole,
Just overall, just if you could pick
that's-
one single, and I'm not talking like a half-assed like flat screen to VR where you're like still I'm like talking like full-blown
Red Dead 2.
immersive VR game. Really, Red Dead 2? Okay.
Oh, that's
Red Dead 2
one.
is my it's like my favorite, one of my favorite flat screen games. Either that or Dark Souls. Anything Soulsborne related.
Okay, sure.
Because Bloodborne's
I mean,
my
pretty much
favorite flat
pretty
game.
much with Grimlord for the Dark Souls.
I mean, yeah, Grimlord's
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
that.
That's
Right.
pretty close, yeah.
And then Black Trail VR is basically going to be Red Dead.
I haven't never played it yet. So.
Yeah, that would. I don't think that'd be close enough though, because Red Dead Black
Yeah.
Trail looks like a great kind of like small scale co-op thing, but
Sure.
Red Dead's
Yeah.
super massive.
Yeah, Red Dead definitely had much more
Yeah,
skill to it. I
Red
think.
Dead 1 or 2 with Undead Nightmare, Pog, but like I'm torn between Bloodborne and that because Bloodborne is my favorite flat screen game. Like it's my favorite one ever. And then I absolutely love the compelling story for Red Dead Redemption as a whole. Red Dead Redemption 2, 1, and even Undead Nightmare. It's good.
You know, Blade and Sorcery has a Bloodborne weapon pack, and it
Yeah,
has
I
the
know.
maps.
Oh, I know.
It's sick,
I know.
man.
I know.
It's sick.
It's so
I'm
good.
actually planning on making a video of that, going back to U-turn and doing something.
I don't make videos on Blade and Sorcery anymore, but I might pick it back up again. But I play Blade and Sorcery a lot off camera, so yeah, I know about it. I know a lot of mods. So
The trick
What about you,
weapons,
Demo?
man, they're so good.
Yeah. If I had one flat screen game, give me like
Yep.
5 seconds. So I'll list a few. I'll say Dead Space. Oh, actually, it'll probably be like Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Solid, yeah.
Because that's like obviously you get the destruction all in VR, you get all the
Battlefield
weapon
3.
interactions and
Yep.
graphics.
Yeah.
Like that would be like the most immersive FPS on VR, like period. No one can
Right,
touch that.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it'll probably be one of the Battlefield multiplayer games. I think I love that. I can imagine like doing the whole putting the C4 on on the Humvee, jumping off a tank and blowing out.
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
that
Or-
should be
or
great.
Have you
doing
played
that.
War Dust yet?
Sorry?
Have you played War Dust yet?
Nah, I just got into the closed, I think it's closed beta
Okay.
or something. Yeah, so I need to try that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
The when you say not Blade Sorcery, but Battlefield, I think of the jet ejection rocket.
Yeah,
yeah,
the classic
man.
clip.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
that in VR, bro? Come on.
Yeah.
That'd be even more epic.
Oh, this is another one. This is like an old school. Do you guys know Vanquish?
Vanquish.
No. Not familiar.
Dude, okay, I need to post that shit. Vanquish is literally the most like action-packed, most bombastic Japanese third-person action shoot.
Okay.
You're flipping, you're combining knee sliding with wall running, and you've got this exosuit jetpack, and you're doing backflips and all the shit, and shooting a slow mo, and you got
Wait.
bro, it's like insane.
Is that game on
That
TikTok?
sounds like it'd be Vomit City in VR.
Is that game on TikTok where the guy's like sliding and he can do flips and like
Yeah.
That's
It's
okay.
360.
Okay, I've seen it before. Then
Yeah,
it
that'll
looks
be
that
sick.
actually looks pretty cool.
It's so dope, bro.
Yeah.
So dope. But yeah, something like that. One kind of FPS I would really like on VR though is maybe something like a cross between like BioShock and the Doom games. I really want a game where it's focused on using elemental weapons, because the new video I'm working on with Blade and Sorcery, I think the name's going to be called Bounty Hunter. The guy can apply elements to his guns, right? And I was just thinking, how about there's a game really built around this where you can chain different elements to guns? You have a gravity gun, a fire gun, a lightning gun. You can wall run, all that kind of. You have like you've got hand tracking, so you could do like flipping Naruto signs and do some kind of spell. You know, that'd be
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah,
that'd
that's
be really dope.
tight.
Yeah.
I crave for the day where like the hand tracking, what's his name? God, the guy who's making like the haptic gloves with vibe
Yeah, the
trackers.
gloves are like
Yeah. I
VR.
crave for the day that's actually like a thing where
we
like
just have the gloves.
yeah, and you can walk with it. Like for
Yeah.
example, the way I'm thinking is like if you have a haptic glove like that, I think the way you would walk is like put your pointer finger and your thumb or whatever, just put it together and walk around like that. That's
I
the way
wonder if
I
they could
think.
do. They could probably do like locomotion, right? Like if it has good like tracking,
Or like, yeah,
you could
like-
probably
like-
just
yeah.
go like this, right? Or if you're like holding a
the,
gun, you gotta have to, you know.
the natural
like, do, like,
locomotion
arm motions.
mod thing. The natural locomotion mod thing. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I think of.
Yeah.
I would kill for that.
Man,
dude.
I
That
would
be
really
sick.
love to see. I think what VR games really need is like really, really deep, compelling stories, like long games. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yes.
feel like a lot of games feel like tech demos still, right?
Right.
Like, especially if they're like a single player and they're like story driven, because right, there's only, like even Boneworks was like what the campaign in that was like maybe 20 hours.
Yeah, it wasn't really all that long. No.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
dude.
Like
Dude,
you
I
could
can't
you
be
could you could get through it
fucked
in
for
way
Boneworks.
shorter period of time
Yeah.
than 20 hours, but like 20 was probably like average for your first playthrough.
It didn't really
Yeah.
even like. It didn't like really feel like a campaign either, like a story mode kind of deal.
Yeah, yeah.
It felt like just running through a sandbox, but there was like, hey, by the way, if you want to,
there
like,
was
go
some
to that
story
point at the
element.
end, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
like I would
Bone
love
Labs.
to see.
I
I
was
would
gonna
love
say.
to see. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say that Bone Lab looks amazing with Boneworks. All I wanted to do was the sandbox stuff because it looks fun, but I
Yeah.
just really didn't like that. I'm forced to play for the campaign that I just found really frustrating.
Yeah, yeah.
So I hope with Bone Labs, the devs have like really made the campaign a lot more engaging and a bit not
I agree.
linear, but just a bit more structured in a way where you don't get stuck in
More
glitches just trying to
plot-driven.
figure. Yeah, just figure
Yeah,
out
more
what the fuck's
plot
going on,
driven.
you know?
Agreed. Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
so
would really
game's
love to
good.
see a game like Mass Effect, like the entire Mass Effect series
yeah, for
come
sure.
to
Dude,
That'd be great.
You
right?
just
like
you just want to fuck a Torian, don't you?
no, I want
I
VR.
want Miranda.
Tony. Fuck that. I don't want a Turian. I'm not trying to fuck Garrus. I'm trying to fuck Liara, bro. I'm trying to fuck some alien
what-
booty tank.
Wasn't Miranda? Wasn't Miranda the
You want that
hottest chick in Mass
Asari.
Effect? Was that
What's
Miranda?
that?
Wasn't Miranda the brunette chick with like the white dress? Wasn't she,
Miranda was like the bioengineered chick.
Miranda,
That was
right,
like,
yeah,
she was
yeah.
supposed to be the perfect,
Right,
perfect
she-
human or
There's
something.
actually a clone of her sister or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take them both.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Anyway,
But no, for
look,
real,
everybody knows it's all about Tally. All right, that's all I'm saying. That's it.
all right. Tally got a dumpy. I'll give you that. Tally got a dumpy. But no, like really just like really engaging, like deep plot driven, really lore rich worlds and like storytelling, like telling of stories in VR.
Yeah.
There's really not a whole lot of that, if at all. Which I think that's really what's going to make like an impression on the next generation of VR games, right? Because like you think about like even like Halo, right? Total classic game, right?
Yeah.
Fucking amazing fun doing multiplayer. Like if you were in the Halo 2 days of Xbox Live,
Yeah.
like teabagging little kids and
Yep.
shit like that, or like
Well, I mean, like Halo
well,
was also
the
one of those.
story was amazing.
I
Like-
changed my mind. Halo 2 remastered on VR. That's what I want.
That'd be dope.
They had a VR mod going, but the person dropped it because he got picked up by Bungie. Or no, 343. One of the two.
Yeah,
They
I
had
think
they had a
Destiny-
VR mod coming for it, but he
I feel
dropped
like
it.
it-
343 also experimented with a Halo VR tech demo
Mhm.
2 years ago, I want to say.
Mhm.
But they canceled it. So
A Destiny
no
type
idea
game
what-
on VR would be dope, I think.
The
I'm not a
Bungie
big
would have
fan
never
of Destiny,
canceled
to be
that
honest.
shit.
Yeah, Kevin's right.
For
Bungie would have
real.
never done our boy Master
story
Chief
games,
this
man.
dirty.
Story games.
Just be
that's
like,
what we're
yeet.
Get the fuck
story
up.
games. We've got all the multiplayer
No,
games
yeah, man.
already.
Yeah, man,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? We've got co-op games. We've got multiplayer games.
You're right. You're right.
That's
you're right.
like
Just
you
need
know
story.
that's like the big thing though, man, isn't it?
Right.
'Cause, like for a while there, at least like a few years ago, in recent years, it's been like story-driven games have kind of been given the back like seat to like these to multiplayer games. Like
Yeah.
everybody wants to play multiplayer games,
Which I
Um,
understand.
Yeah,
I absolutely get that. You wanna
lot of
play with
these
your friends.
young goddamn kids these days didn't grow up like us, boys. They don't remember the times before fucking multiplayer and online.
Before
gaming.
live service gaming and
When you had to play
online communities.
you had to play Mortal Kombat with your older sibling and hope you don't accidentally beat him and get your ass beaten in real life.
We used to go down to EB Games for our Super Smash Melee tournaments.
They don't know what it was like to have to choose one game to rent at the blockbuster, all right? Just fucking one.
If my brother
Dude,
peeked
this
at
is
my
like-
fucking
This
screen,
is peak. Tell me you're a millennial without telling me you're a millennial, bro.
They don't even know what demo discs are, man.
They're
my-
they used to
play
come in
for-
cartridges.
Yeah, they didn't play the first
Oh,
level
yeah.
of Parappa the Rapper for 4 hours straight on the same level. They don't know. It's just the one level.
Bro,
Fuck
but
that
back
very
in-
first
back in
level,
days-
man.
Back in the day, literally just fucking replaying demos over and over and over.
Non-stop.
Mercenaries
It's
2
all-
demos.
Yeah.
I was
We'd get
literally
the demo
thinking-
disc out of the back of a magazine. You'd be like, "Fuck yes! What sites
my
do you have to
God.
show
Buying a game
me?"
was precious back then. So precious buying a game back then. But I was gonna bounce off Gramsci's point about I feel it's Kevin's point actually about that we have enough multiplayer games on VR right now. I was
Yeah,
listening to Mark's podcast with Joe Rogan, Mark Zuckerberg's, and he just made a good point that like it's kind of like with computers, right? They weren't initially built for gaming; they were initially built for work, and then now they've turned into these like superpower things for gaming and everything. And
Right.
how VR
Yeah.
was initially, but they're looking at it more. They're trying to amplify the social aspect of it more, right? Which is why I think we have a lot of multiplayer games, a lot of co-op games, but still that gaming space is gonna really improve. We're gonna get to a very, very immersive level, a very, very high level where hopefully we've got like Last of Us 2 type graphics in VR chat or some shit in the future,
That'd be dope.
Right. Yeah.
And I think we're getting. I think the thing is right because we're seeing all these mods. I saw someone make a Saints Row, the latest Saints Row mod. Put that in VR. That's GTA in VR. There's even a Red Dead 2 in VR. You can't control them.
not anymore.
The hands as well, but the fact that it's just literally that we just need more AAA studios to make those kind of games. It's not that the tech isn't there. Like I'm sure you guys have seen the Horizon on PSVR 2. That looks absolutely incredible. When they first announced that, I thought it was just going to be like a rail shooter bullshit, but no, it's an actual fully fledged. I'm not sure if it's open world, but Horizon game with AAA graphics, high budget. That stuff is there. We just
I
need.
haven't seen anything about that yet. What?
No, there's
You haven't
gameplay.
seen that?
You haven't
Oh
seen
my
it?
I haven't seen
dude.
anything
It
about
looks good.
Horizon
It
getting a VR game. What?
It looks
Yeah,
so
staggering.
good.
It's incredible.
It's jaw dropping, bro. It's,
Yeah, I gotta
it's
get
next
a
level.
PSVR too. Yeah,
Next level.
So we're there, bro. We're
I
tech's already
really,
there.
I really freaking hope, please, Sony, for the love of fuck, if you're listening, please make PSVR 2 compatible with PC. For the love of
Fuck
and all that
exclusives.
is old.
Yeah, dude.
I don't care.
Cross-platform, please,
Dude, like,
Exclusives suck, dick. All right. That's
I
just-
really
Nah,
don't
dude,
want to have to buy a
exclusives really
PS5
do
to experience
fucking suck dick,
PSVR
man.
2, but I
Yeah.
feel like I probably will.
Yeah, I mean, I'm buying PS5 regardless, God of War, etc.
Dude, I just feel like there's no reason to not have things be like crossplay anymore. Like, why? Why can't
The
things just be
exclusive-
fucking
the
cross?
I mean,
exclusive wars are
Sony's
gonna
already
continue,
bringing all their
bro.
stuff to PC anyway, right? So I don't see why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bloodborne's getting a PC port now, isn't it?
But I guess
No.
I guess
Yeah, they literally. What
That's
do you mean?
like-
Yes,
just-
they
no, it's not.
literally
I
is.
don't doubt. I doubt it 100%, man. I'm not gonna be honest.
They'll
I'm just-
probably just charge $60 for it, though. That's the thing. Because
You know
I'll
what?
pay
like,
100.
You know what? I don't care. I've been waiting for
pay
Bloodborne for
double.
years.
I know. The
Bloodborne wasn't
Bloodborne
on
fans be
PC
like,
yeah.
Hey, bring Bloodborne. Someone make a freaking VR mod support. We're on that. Cool.
Dude,
Let's do
I
it.
would actually
"Jeez, holy
nut.
shit!"
I would nut.
You would piss shit and come.
Yes, I would nut
Yeah.
with Bloodborne VR or anything. Dude, anything
Yeah.
Soulsborne, I would. I mean, obviously Grimlord. I'm excited for Grimlord, but I mean,
Yeah,
like from the actual From Software team or something, bro. Sekiro, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Demon Souls. I would just I would cream. All right, I'm just
Sekiro. I'm all over that, bro.
yeah,
I'm all over that.
yeah. 100emoji.gov.
Dude.
Have you got a favorite VR game, Kevin?
Oh, my personal favorite VR game.
Yeah.
I would say probably my favorite VR game, hands down, would be the Lone Echo series.
Okay,
Just,
I need to
just,
try
ab-
that.
just
Okay.
absolutely.
See, what did I fucking tell you, people? Story games.
dude, I would, dude. 100. It's
Yeah.
just the atmosphere of it is just so fucking crazy.
Have you played the second one?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I almost
yeah.
cried at the fucking end. I straight up was like little bitch boy tears,
I need to try
crying.
that.
Like,
No, dude,
physically crying.
there's nothing wrong with that. People don't
Mm.
like people like, especially like my parents, you know, they're fucking boomers. They're like, what are you crying over a video game for? It's like,
It's
fuck
so
you.
well-
You cry over sad movies. So like, what's the fucking difference?
And to
It's
be honest,
literally
I think it's easier to cry over a game than a movie because you're actually
because you
Yeah,
get
man.
so emotionally invested in the
Invested.
characters, even more so because you're making
100%.
decisions as the characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You don't understand. I am Jack, and I have to save Olivia.
Like
It's like I am Commander Shepard, and I just got blown out of the Normandy SR2 in a fucking.
Yeah.
This
Me-
is my
me with
favorite
Red Dead
store on the
2.
Citadel.
me with both Red Dead games, bro. Dude.
Bro, my two most emotional games is probably the ending of the Walking Dead season 1 Telltale series.
Oh my god, dude! I
and
was
then-
sobbing like a fucking kid.
I never played the
Yeah.
Telltale series.
Oh,
I never
dude,
played- I just watched
it's
PewDiePie
so
play it.
good. It is
I watched
so
PewDiePie
fucking
play it.
good.
Oof.
It's amazing. It's
And
like
then-
10 out of 10.
Yeah, and then the second one would probably be the Last of Us opening scene, the number one with
Last of
Joe and
Us
his
was-
daughter.
The Last of Us was solid. I love that game.
Yeah.
Mine would be Red Dead. Both Red Dead. Honestly, like when obviously okay. If you haven't played Red Dead,
Yeah.
I don't care. Fucking spoilers. Anyway, when Arthur and John die in both the fucking games, bro, I'm like, bro, I'm out. Fuck.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
gonna
big.
I'm just gonna fucking shoot myself in the head now. All right. Then
Yeah,
Jack
that's
and then
big.
Jack Marston like, oh motherfucking shit, man. Get revenge for your
How about-
daddy, bitch.
Kevin Gramsey, how about you? What game's pulling your heartstrings the most?
Good.
Like pull my heartstrings the most.
Yeah, play your heartstrings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
got you sobbing. Got you sobbing.
What the one that got me the most emotional, most fucked up? I have to think about that, man. I'm not really sure because I think the Lone Echo 2 thing was the last time I'd actually like cried during a game.
Mhm.
Most of the other games I play are like action type stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly
So you
can't
got Lone
remember,
Echo and
man.
recent memory then?
Lone Echo is the most recent memory of me like physically breaking down and being like, I am so these are happy tears.
How about Gramsey yourself?
Yeah. Definitely the Telltale games. They had some fucking real fucking tearjerker moments, man. Honestly, probably the end of Mass Effect.
Number 3?
Yeah, number 3. When you're
Yeah,
charging,
the music finished off.
when you're charging towards the like the final, I'm forgetting what that place. It was basically like a fucking like a spire, or
Yeah.
whatever.
The thing in the Citadel that like controlled all the Reapers,
Right,
Like
yeah.
the main thing,
and the Reapers are like just destroying everything around you, and
Yeah.
then like it depends on who your romantic interest is in the game, but they like if they're in your squad, you have a unique scene with them where you basically force them back on to like the shuttle to go back to the Normandy or whatever,
Yeah.
and they exchange some really like intimate words with each other, and it's just really fucking sad, man. Just really
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah,
remember
even
that
even
always
the
got
Mass
me.
Effect 2 opening, that was like fun.
Yeah.
there's so
Yeah.
many fucking choices in the Mass Effect franchise. There's some things that I just never did and didn't know was even a possibility. Like the other, I think it was like last week I saw a cutscene from, I guess it was like a full Renegade playthrough. I didn't know that you could actively make the choice to kill Morden, and that had me fucked up
Yeah.
a good little bit. When I saw that, I was
Oh,
like, "Why would you do my
God,
boy dirty like that? How dare
Just
you?"
him singing the Solarian Scientist song.
Dude,
is
he's just
everything
dragging
fucking-
himself across the floor like,
Oh.
not yet. It's not time. It's like, no, you did him way too dirty. That's not good. That's not all right.
That's not even okay.
I think the
I didn't
first-
know that was a possible thing.
Yeah, dude, there's a
Yeah.
lot of unique dialogue options in that game. I just
Yeah, it's
found
crazy.
out that if you, so I think it's the second one, if you flirt or like actively like try to be dating with both Tally and Liara, but don't actually commit to a relationship with either one, there's a unique dialogue where if you have them both in your party at the same time, there's a specific terminal that you can walk to where it's the Shadow Broker DLC, and Liara will actually have a conversation with Tali about like her purchase order history from like some online store that includes like a toy that vibrates. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like only if you date both of them, but don't commit to a relationship. And you have them both in your squad at this one place at one time. Like that level of detail.
Attention to detail is crazy.
Yeah, like going into a game, like that is like something we don't have in VR at all. Like
I think the first Renegade, or was it Renegade? The evil actions in Mass Effect, was it?
Yeah,
called?
Renegade. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first one I did was like slapping up that reporter. I was trying to. Well,
hang on now. I still don't think that's a Renegade action. That is
no,
absolutely Paragon. That is Paragon as fuck.
Oh my god, dude! The Overlord
that.
DLC, the Overlord DLC in Mass Effect 2. That was I've never cried harder in a game before. When you reach the end, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about.
No, I'm not sure.
It's been a hot minute since I played.
It's like the evil scientist, and he like hooks his autistic brother up to like all these machines and shit to basically like use him like a super weapon, pretty much.
Is that the one where you're fighting like the mass? Is that when you have like a laser gun or some shit and you're fighting the massive Reaper?
No.
Nah, I'm getting this for free. Yeah, I don't know.
Just look up Overlord DLC ending, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It is so beyond fucked up. Everyone who like has played that knows what I'm talking about right now. To give you an idea of how fucked up it was, the Paragon option was to punch the guy in the face. That's how fucked up it was. Okay.
Renegade option.
No, that was the Paragon option.
I know. Well, what was the Renegade option?
I don't know.
Did it have something to do with one of these?
Actually, it might have been. Yeah.
You just
it might have been. Just put him down. Yeah, man. It was beyond fucked up.
We are getting close. We're getting close.
Yeah.
I think we're about an hour 10. I think roughly.
Wow.
Hour 22 for me because
I'm an hour 20. Yeah.
We cut in 5 minutes.
So what?
In 5 minutes, is that going to finish up?
I'm lagging. What?
Oh, sorry, bro. Yeah, I'm far from. I said we finish up in 5 minutes.
We can, yeah, roughly, yeah.
We
can end now if need be. I mean,
yeah, it's no rush.
Yeah, it's no. I mean, we obviously want to have Kevin on the podcast again, so conversations aren't going to end. You know, we can always bring him back.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Kevin, are you open to that?
I'd
Coming back for round 2?
Man, I'd be happy to come
Yeah,
back.
baby.
Let's go.
Let's
go, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh my god, that was so cursed.
your fucking
what did it do? What
your arms?
Well, just like your whole body, like just did a fucking 360, and like your arms.
What happened?
Yeah, I mean, we might as well wrap up here. Unless Kevin, you got anything else you wanna?
Anything else you want to say? Anything you want to shout somebody out?
Any topics at all? Nothing.
No, I think I'm pretty good, man.
All right, well, shout out your socials. Shout out everything you want to shout out to the camera.
Shout out my socials. Follow me, sub to me on YouTube, Space Cadet Kevin. Follow me on the TikTok, Space Cadet Kevin VR. I swear to God, I will haunt your nightmares if you don't.
Honestly, I think not doing it is an L. Not following him on TikTok or YouTube.
Wait, haunt your nightmares? You're gonna
Yes.
Yeah.
Even more scary than a nightmares. Hey, all right, go sub, go follow, man. Do it. Holy shit,
follow, boy. Down my review, go bleep.
I'll bring him with me. I will bring him with me. We will come for you.
Two Blade and Sorcery legends right here. Yeah.
Have you seen what he does to those NPCs? You don't want to be an NPC.
What are you on social-wise? You're on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter?
Yeah, YouTube, TikTok. I am on Twitter, but I am so bad at checking my Twitter. I'm so bad at checking my Twitter.
Yeah, I feel that.
I understand. Yeah. It's a toxic place.
It can be, yeah.
It is. Not that can be. It is.
Yeah.
Especially if you're from.
It is not a subjective opinion. Twitter is a toxic cesspool of hate.
Yeah.
That is not a subjective opinion. That is an objective fact.
Yeah. All right.
That's true.
Fortunately, there's some pretty awesome people in the VR community that make it better. But dude, bro, thanks so much for coming on.
You have to come back. You have to.
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, we gotta
have a ball, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am so grateful I reached out to you for the VR chat thing.
Dude, it's been such a wild ride.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. It's fucking nuts. All right. Yeah. All right, with that being said, thank you for those who watched, and if you got this far, or if you're listening,
Amazing
whatever,
episode.
make sure
Grateful,
you
bro.
like the video. If you're on YouTube, comment down below your favorite part. Interact with us. If you have any questions for Kevin for the future, maybe bring it up.
Like and subscribe.
Hit it, yes,
Punch
yes.
into it.
Hit
Punch
that big red
fucking
button.
notification
Hit that bell,
bell.
boy.
Make sure you
Sponsored by
slam
Ray
that
Shadow Legends.
subscribe. Make sure you absolutely thrust
Ray Shadow
pelvic
Legends.
thrust that like button.
Oh my god.
Hit the big red button and hit the bell as well.
Calm down.
All right, guys, calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down.
Jesus. Don't do that to those buttons. God.
No, fucking do it.
Okay, click them.
All of Space Cadet Kevin's socials and links will be in the description down below, as well as our own for Compel Reality if you are interested in our own fucking content or whatever the fuck. And and then
when you're at the end of a podcast and you just start stroking out because you don't know what else to say.
just content. Anyway,
You'll be having a stroke.
and if you're on these podcast listening platforms like Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, make sure you rate us and or leave a like
downloads.
whatever the fuck and
Rate 'em.
download them. Yes, do all the all the good
Do the
positive things for the podcast, please. It really helps us a bunch. Okay.
Yeah, and it's free.
It's free.
like
and share with
literally
your friends.
costs
Come
you
on.
$0.
Yeah, that's even more free. Sharing with your friends.
Yeah. Yeah, just share it. Just be like, yo, listen to this while you poop. Or
Yeah.
listen to this while you, I don't know,
Listen
go
to
visit your grandma in the nursing
The
home.
most
Listen to
compelling
Four
argument you
Stooges.
can make. You need to watch something while you taking a shit.
listen
That's
to
true. That's true. You don't even have to watch it. You could literally just
listen.
pop it on your phone,
Exactly.
set it and forget it,
Exactly.
and listen while you multitask or something. You know what I mean?
Let
Just
our
listen
sweet
to four
voices,
retards.
you know,
Just listen to four retards.
serenade that
Beautiful.
shit right out of your sphincter. You know,
Yeah,
It's just-
exactly.
Exactly.
We're gonna get that. We're gonna reach right up in there with our voices and rip your
just
shit.
pull it right out.
Compel Reality Podcast.
That was actually kind of that was actually a pretty fucked up thing to think
Too
about.
far? Too far?
That was actually pretty scuffed, man. That was,
It's all right.
that was-
Leave it in. Leave it in. Bye bye. Bye bye.